Join Kids Hut family.
Tia, see, I got an A grade in English. I am so happy.
Oh, that's really good, Tofu. But hey, this was just your first step. Your finals are still to come. Better study for them too.
Ha 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 ha. Tia, I already scored an A in it. Do you think I need to study more for the finals? Don't you think I can give my finals even without studying for them?
Tofu, it's not good to be so proud of who you are and your achievements. One should always remain humble, or else one has to suffer.
Suffer? How?
Come, I'll tell you a story. The Oak Tree and the Reeds. An oak tree stood tall and strong near the bank of a river and close to some reeds. It was a huge tree with a huge trunk and hundreds of big, strong branches. The oak tree was so proud that he used to boast openly about his strength.
I am so strong and mighty. Nothing can uproot me. Nothing can destroy me. Ha 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 ha.
Listening to what the oak tree was saying, the reeds couldn't resist but say,
"Oh, mighty oak tree, don't be so proud of your strength. Nothing in this world is immortal. Being modest is the key."
Ha 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 ha. You little feeble reeds. What do you know about strength and being the strongest tree in the jungle?
Making fun of those reeds, the oak tree stood there with pride when suddenly the wind started to blow. The reeds bowed their heads as the wind started getting stronger. Watching this, the oak tree said,
You are so petite and weak. The slightest of winds make you bow your heads. How would you survive the strongest of storms? Ha 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 ha.
Soon the winds turned into a hurricane, and the oak tree, standing straight with pride, continued to laugh at the reeds.
Oak tree, you might be big and strong, but you need not worry about us. We will bow our heads in this powerful hurricane and survive it. If you will continue standing straight, you will not be able to survive in these strong winds and break in no time.
No, nothing can uproot me. I am the strongest and will continue to stand tall and never bow down, no matter what.
The winds got more furious, and soon the hurricane took its peak. The little reeds kept their heads low and started swinging in the rhythm of the wind, thus preventing themselves from getting uprooted. But the oak tree, which stood straight and tried fighting the hurricane winds, soon broke down and fell in the river.
Ah, no! This is not possible!
See, we told you. You just learned a lesson. Better to yield when it is foolish to resist than to resist stubbornly and be destroyed.
And the oak tree went drifting in the water, crying over his own false pride.
Tia, I think I know what you want to explain to me. I will not get fooled by my own pride, and I will continue to study hard.
Good, Tofu. Now let's get back to our studies. Tofu. What are you up to?
Nothing much. Just watching TV.
Oh, cool. Are you done with your homework already?
We didn't have much homework today. We just have a research assignment.
I'm impressed. So you finished your research work so soon?
Oh no, I haven't. It's a big assignment, so we have to do it in pairs. My partner is Kate. She's really good with research, so I passed it all off to her. She will write the paper and bring it tomorrow.
I don't know what to say, Tofu.
You can say which game you want to play.
How about I tell you a story instead?
Oh, I love your stories. Please tell me one.
This one is about the horse and the donkey, where the horse doesn't bother to help the donkey. Once upon a time, there was a poor washerman. All he had was a donkey and a horse. He would use the donkey to carry the load of clothes from the village to the river and back. While he would use the horse for himself to go wherever he needed to. The horse enjoyed an easy life, carrying only his master, while the poor donkey did all the hard work. One day, the washerman went to the village to collect clothes from people.
Hello? Are there any clothes you want to give for washing today? Yes, I have. Thank you. Hello, how are you today? I am good, thank you. Do you have any clothes for washing? Yes, I am glad you came. We have too many guests today and excess laundry too. Don't worry, I will have them back in time. Thank you.
And so the washerman went from door to door collecting clothes for washing. Then he loaded everything onto his donkey.
We have a big job in front of us today. We have more clothes to wash than every other day. We'll have to hurry up.
As soon as he got the donkey loaded up, they started moving towards the river. The washerman decided to walk besides the horse and the donkey. But the load was too much for the donkey to carry, so he got very tired. When they were halfway through to the river, the washerman decided to stop to get some rest. He too was tired, having walked all the way instead of riding the horse as usual. That's when the donkey decided to talk to the horse. Horse, can you please help me? This load is too heavy to carry. Since the master is walking today and you have no burden to carry, can you take some of mine? I am here to serve my master, not you. It's not my job to carry the load. It's yours and you alone must do it. The donkey had no choice but to carry the burden of the clothes all alone. So he continued walking slowly when they resumed their journey. But after some time, the weight became too much for him and he collapsed. He tried to get up again but just couldn't. Oh no! What's wrong with my donkey? Let me get his weight off him first. The caring washerman removed the bags and bundles of clothes from the donkey.
Oh, these bags are very, very heavy. It was wrong of me to put them on the donkey alone. Now he is very tired. He will not be able to carry this burden anymore. I will put everything on the horse.
Saying so, he put all the bags and bundles on the back of the horse.
Let's give the donkey some rest today.
They started walking again towards the river. As they walked, the horse realized what a mistake he had made.
This is so heavy. I wish I had not been so selfish earlier. If I had shared the donkey's load when he asked me to, I wouldn't have to carry all this by myself. From now on, I will always share the burden.
So you see, Tofu, it's always more sensible to share the burden than to not help others.
Yes, I agree with you, Tia. In fact, if I help Kate out, we will be able to finish the work faster as well, and both will be free soon.
That's right, Tofu. So you see, sharing the burden of work has many advantages. You must go and help Kate out.
Will you help me to do my homework, Tia?
Tofu, it's dinner time and you haven't completed your homework yet? I hope you know that your teacher will be really angry.
I will do it after this cartoon, Tia. But please help me so that I can finish it fast.
You have been watching TV all day. You should get up and do your homework first.
My hand has been hurting since morning. I'm giving it some rest. Also, dear sister, will you please get my bag and pencil box from the room?
Excuses and more excuses. He should know his priorities right.
book. I can't find it here. Did I forget it in school? What will I tell my teacher in school?
You should be more responsible, Tofu. You are a big boy now. Anyway, complete the rest of your homework at least now, and be more careful next time onwards. So, Tofu, let me tell you a story. In a land far away lived a hard-working and kind trader. Mostly he traded in salt. He also had a horse that was very lazy and always avoided work. The trader used him to carry sacks of salt from one town to the other.
Here, let me load these sacks up and let's go to the town across the river to sell this salt. I am so tired today. Why do I have to work every day? I wish I could sleep throughout the day. But no, I have to carry these loads of salt and move. Come on, horse. Start walking. Cross that bridge. Until then, I'll pack some food for myself.
The horse was crossing the river. Suddenly, he slipped and fell into the water. As he was carrying sacks of salt on his back, the salt got wet and dissolved in the water. So when the horse got up, the sacks on his back were lighter. The horse thought to himself, "Wow, this seems to be a good idea. Every time I dip in the river, the salt would dissolve and my burden could be less. I must try doing this more often. I hope Master is not watching." When the master reached the town to sell the salt, it weighed just half of what he loaded. Thinking it might be his miscalculation, he sold whatever salt was left and returned home with his horse. The next morning, he again loaded his horse with the sacks of salt and started to pack his food. The horse yet again started walking before him and made it to the bridge.
I must try the dipping trick again before Master reaches here.
trader got really confused. As the sacks started weighing lesser every time. The horse purposely started slipping into the water every day so that the sacks became lighter. One day, the trader followed the horse. And hid in the bushes. To his surprise, he noticed the horse's new trick.
Oh, that's so cunning. I must teach this lazy horse a lesson soon.
So the following day, instead of salt, the trader filled the sacks with cotton and tied him to the horse's back. Out of his new habit, the horse purposely fell into the river.
Oh no! What is happening today? What is going wrong? How are these sacks getting heavier? Oh, my back hurts! What?
This time, as the sacks were filled with cotton, it soaked water and became heavier. The horse dipped again and again in water, thinking to drain the salt off somehow, but all went in vain. He somehow managed to get up and cross the bridge. He sat on the ground and panted as the sacks had gotten really heavy. The trader laughed at him and said,
Horse, I am your master. This is your work. I work very hard and worship my work. I don't make excuses or find tricks to fool others and avoid work. I must teach you to never repeat this and avoid your work.
The horse learned his lesson and never tried to avoid his work again. What a wise trader! Right, Tofu? He taught the lazy horse a good lesson. Come, let me give you the big, bitter medicine for your hand. But hey, I can see it's totally fine now. Maybe you have forgotten about the pain.
Tia, I never had any pain. I just wanted to sit and watch cartoons. I was the lazy horse today. I am sorry, Tia. I'm really worried about my teacher scolding me tomorrow.
Here, take your books, Tofu. I also was the trader today. I just wanted you to learn a lesson. Now you should promise me that you will always do your work, and yes, I will help you with your homework.
Oh, thank you, Tia. Please, let's finish my homework quickly. I don't want to be lazy at all. I will always finish all my work before doing anything else. I promise you that.
What happened? Why can't you sleep?
I don't know. Can you please put me off to sleep by telling me a story?
Sure, Tofu. I'll tell you one of my favorite story. The Little Red Riding Hood. Little Red Riding Hood lived in a hut near a forest with her mother. She always wore a beautiful red hood while going out. One day, she went to see her grandmother. On her way, she met a wolf.
Hello, where are you going?
I am going to see my granny. She lives behind that hill.
The wolf got a wicked idea. The wolf ran to Granny's house and ate her up and got into Granny's bed. After some time, Little Red Riding Hood reached the house. She saw the wolf lying in her granny's bed.
Oh, Granny, what big eyes you have!
So that I can see you better.
Granny, what big ears you have!
So that I can hear you better.
Granny, what a big nose you have!
So that I can smell you better.
Oh, Granny, what big teeth you have!
So that I can eat you better.
Oh my God! Help me! Help me!
Nearby, a woodcutter was in the forest and he heard the scream. He ran to the house just to see the wolf attacking the little girl. He hit the wolf over the head, and this made the wolf open his mouth and shout. The granny jumped out. The wolf ran away, and the Little Red Riding Hood never saw the wolf again. So Tofu, Little Red Riding Hood, was able to save herself and her old grandmother too.
Tia, I have good news.
Really? What is it, Tofu? Tell me quickly.
I have the option to become a part of either of the teams. Both teams want me for the next week's match.
That's wonderful. So, what have you decided?
I haven't decided as yet, Tia. I'm thinking I should see which of the two teams does better in the next few games. Then I will join the winning team.
That's not the right approach, Tofu. It shows you to be cunning and disloyal.
Why?
Well, let me tell you the story of the bat, the beast, and the birds. The bat, the beasts, and the birds. Once upon a time, in a dark jungle, there broke a dangerous fight between the beasts and the birds. We will not tolerate the beasts anymore. They feed on us, make praise out of our children, and behave as if they are the rulers of the jungle.
Yes, we agree with you, our leader.
But we need more support from other birds. Currently, we are losing. We must reach out to every bird in the jungle to join our army. We shall find strength in numbers. What do you say, Minister?
Everybody has agreed. We just need to ask the bats now. I am sure the bats will help us win.
Very well then. Invite the leader to our court. The bat leader was invited to the court of the leader of the birds. Bat, we are in a war against the beasts. Why don't you join us? The bat leader wasn't sure that it wanted to join an army that was losing.
I am honored by your offer, but I am afraid I cannot join you. I am, after all, a beast.
A few days passed. The beasts started losing.
We need to grow our army, otherwise the birds will defeat us. They drink from our lakes, live in our trees, yet they behave as though they have more rights on the jungle than us. Minister, who can help us win? My leader, the only ones who have not joined the fight as yet are the bats. We could ask them to join us. Very well. Invite the bat leader to our court.
And so the bat leader was invited to the beast's court.
Bat, the war between the bird and the beasts of the forest is at its peak now. Whoever wins this last battle shall win the war and rule over the jungle. Why don't you join us and help us win? You too will rule the jungle along with us.
But the bat was once again unsure that it wanted to join the losing side with the beasts.
I am honored by your offer, but I cannot join you as I am a bird.
Just before the final battle was to take place, both the bird and the beast leaders met. They were both upset by the losses their armies were suffering and decided to make peace with one another. The war was called off.
We will not fight anymore.
Yes, we will live in peace now. The whole jungle celebrated the new peace in the land. When the bat leader heard of this development, he went to the birds and asked to be a part of the celebration. But the bird leader remembered how the bat leader had refused to help the birds during the war and turned him and his kind away. No bird would even talk to them now. The bat leader knew that if he took his people to the beasts, they would simply tear them apart. And so he did not approach them. Hence, he and his entire kind lived in isolation without any friends in the jungle.
Oh, I don't want to be alone, Tia.
In that case, Tofu, you should not behave cunningly like the bat leader, and you should inform the team that you want to join right away.
Yes, Tia, I will do that right away. Thank you, Tia, for making me understand this. For your favorite rhymes, stories, and more, join Kids Heart family. Subscribe here.